6 Monate später. Der Lippenstift-Mörder.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Clyde Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
So, wenn du Abteilung abschließt, schaltest du Straßenbahn L frei, wo du die Stadt patrouillieren kannst und Verbrechen übernehmen kannst. Hierzu bietet die Abteilung Verbrechen und Vorfälle. Okay. Gib mal hier. Total Homicides, also Morde. 101er, 91 und 116 waren es letztes Jahr. Naja, gut. So. Also, halbes Jahr Einbruch, jetzt Homicide.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Ja, der hatte irgendwie wenig Bock, als er gehört hat, dass er mit uns arbeiten muss.
I think his name is Phelps. I read about him in the paper.
I'd rather you took the wheel.
Okay. Der Kollege hat getrunken, oder was? Na gut, fahren wir los. Neues Fahrzeug, Nash Super 600. Und dann schauen wir uns doch mal an.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or that girl. So they're both clearing the decks.
Where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Also die ganzen Kriegsveteranen sind dann wohl noch, naja, ich sag mal ein bisschen hängen geblieben. So, ich versuche mal halbwegs vernünftig zu fahren. Gut, und jetzt irgendwo hier rechts. Gut. Oder auf die andere Seite. Alter, was ist denn hier für Verkehr heute? Gut, dann fahren wir einmal um Pudding und da links ist dann unser Ziel. Ja, da stehen sie ja schon. Okay, danke. Tatort, 9:43 Uhr. Ach, die Presse.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Move it along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Okay. Also ich weiß nicht, ob diese...
Patrolman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Was wollte ich sagen? Ach so, ob diese Intro-Videos irgendeinen tatsächlichen Hinweis geben oder wirklich die Tat zeigen. Weiß ich nicht. Hallo? Okay. Was ist denn das hier?
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Okay, also Schuhgröße 41. Ach so, ja, ja, alles gut. Alles gut. Warum ist diese Blutspur nicht wichtig? Gut, wir gucken uns erstmal hier ein bisschen um. Ja, die Bürste ist wahrscheinlich egal.
The victim's bag?
Echt, der ist wichtig?
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Ach so, weil die Leiche ja beschmiert ist, ne? Da steht ja irgendwas drauf. Warum ruckelt's denn eigentlich gerade? Hm, keine Ahnung. So, was haben wir hier noch? Ein Baseball?
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Ah, okay. Schiebfels. Phelps. So, weiter, weiter, weiter. Zack. Zack. Und es ist offen. Der Bamba Club. Aha.
The Bamba Club? Why steal a table lighter?
Okay, Bamba Club. Vielleicht hat die Frau da gearbeitet, die hier liegt. Was?
Seems irrelevant.
Okay, seems irrelevant. Gut, dann unterhalten wir uns mal mit dem Gerichtsmediziner.
I got some test results to process, and I need to give evidence at an arraignment.
Has the scene been secured?
Patrolman Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Ja, ja, haben wir schon gesehen.
Cause of death?
It could be the head injuries. She has been badly stalked. The cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Sieht nicht ganz so schön aus. So, irgendwas in der Hände?
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Was ist mit den Fingernägeln? Sieht aus, als wenn sie sich gewehrt hätte. Okay. Gut, na dann gucken wir uns mal. Fick dich, BD-Text.
Interesting. What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia? Tex? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
If we get to the Bomba, a man could die of thirst on a case like this.
Okay. Gut, das haben wir, das haben wir. Also hier wurde sie zusammengeschlagen und dann noch da hinten gezogen. So, dann hat er sie quasi, ja, ausgezogen, wo auch immer die Klamotten sind, ist dann zurück ins Auto und dann abgehauen. Und zwar exakt den gleichen Weg. Das ist gut. So, das fällt. So blöd. Ja, ich würde mir gerne die Autospuren angucken, aber das geht irgendwie nicht, ne? Ja, gut, okay. Dann machen wir uns zum Bamber Club. Oder gibt es hier noch irgendwas, was wir uns ansehen können? So, hier noch irgendwo was rumliegen? Vielleicht finden wir die Klamotten oder so. Was? Was bist du denn?
Maybe.
No. Ich weiß nicht, warum es gerade so ruckelt, wenn diese nahen Animationen sind. Was? Ah, kick mal einer an.
Incidental.
Okay, ist doch nicht das Tatwerkzeug. Oh, hab mich schon gefreut, dass ich hier was gefunden habe noch. Was machst du denn hier eigentlich im Busch? Kisten sind auch unwichtig. Ja, jetzt sind die Kisten sowieso unwichtig. Springmesser, auch unwichtig.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Ja, lassen wir aber einfach liegen. Ja? Einfach so Waffen im Park rumliegen lassen, freuen sich die Kinder vor allem. Tja, hier scheint sonst nichts zu sein. Hier ist auch nichts. Nö. Na gut, dann geht's nach Hause. Also geht's zum Bamber Club. Gut. Alter, 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 Alter. Wir wissen auch noch gar nicht, wer es ist, ne? Also das Opfer. Wir haben nichts gefunden von ihr. Das war knapp. Keine Ahnung, warum die jetzt angehalten haben, beide.
The werewolf? For my money, copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. Caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on the BD case for 6 months. You got nothing.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us unknown in court?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
He finished. The guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. For some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the ammo and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastic.
Well, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
KGPL 20 Central Unit. The citizen reports a man with a gun on Grand between 4th and 5th. Any Central Unit identify.
Ja, wir machen erstmal den Fall hier weiter. Mann, wo ist denn diese Bar, Alter? Ja. Ey, dann sag mal, du hast doch ohne Bremse. Nutzt sie auch. Ups, Salat. Entschuldigung. Ja, jetzt geht's schwer bergab mit den Schäden. Ach, endlich, da ist er doch. So, nächste links. Ach, hier ist doch die Gerichtsmedizin.
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle.
Mann, jetzt hält er natürlich auch genau auf der Straße. So, wo ist er denn, der Club? Muss der hier sein, oder? Ach, hier, okay. Aha. Ist jetzt aber nicht der Größte.
I think he's a bit of a gangster. He treats me nice.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Inquire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
Okay.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Gibt's hier eine Zeitung?
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Kann ich mit ihr quatschen?
I can check your code or book you a table. Maybe you want to talk to the owner, mister. He's in the back somewhere.
Ich würde gern wissen, ob...
House officer.
Also wann sie gestern gegangen ist. Das wird ja wohl in den Büchern drinstehen, oder? Hallo? Guten Tag? Hallo? Ja gut, dann wird er das hier hinten sein.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Ach Gott. Ich könnte mir vorstellen, ob das hinausläuft. Aber gut, Verdächtiger mit Opfern gesehen wurde.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Mhm. Was ist denn für ein Gesichtsausdruck?
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Okay. 2B8899.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Nächste Nummer. Errungenschaft. Achso, ihr seht's ja. Stimmt. Also war doch die richtige Antwort. Ring, der dem Opfer gestohlen wurde.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Ach, Menschenskinder. Von ihm ist bestimmt der Ring, oder?
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. But old man never knew about it.
Meiner an, sag ich ja. Wissen über Ehemann.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. Put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Ja, gut, wer da für sie geschwärmt hat, müsste das ja sowieso wissen. Das war doch mal eine schöne Befragung. Dann telefonieren wir mal ganz kurz, wegen dem Kennzeichen.
Let's get out of here.
Ja, gleich. Muss noch was
what's the
erledigen.
hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Phelps, Badge 1247.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
Ah.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. Er war doch beim Militär. Wieso sagt er denn zu B? Boy und nicht Bravo? Komischer Typ. Er war nie beim Militär. Diese ganzen Zwischensequenzen sind gelogen. Wo ist denn hier eigentlich unser Kompagnon? Ach, ist doch nicht dein Ernst. Er sitzt einfach schon im Auto. Während ich hier den ganzen Fall bearbeite, oder was? Ja gut, dann gehen wir zu der Henrys. Ich guck mir jetzt mal erst an, wo der Typ wohnt. Oh, wieder da hinten hin. Oh, was ist denn jetzt? Fahr doch weiter, was ist passiert?
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharp as my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect in it.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. No, you picked the wrong job with a healthy thirst for friendship.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short to be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor. Our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined.
All units in the vicinity in any Century unit. A 211 is shots fired, 410 South Flower Street. Unit that can handle code 3, identify.
Okay, wir machen mal den Fall zwischendurch. Ich hoffe, der ist nicht allzu weit weg. Vielleicht? Oder? Ah, könnte noch klappen. Na gut, um die Ecke ist er auf jeden Fall nicht. Ja, aber ich denke, da vorne müsste er irgendwann mal auftauchen, der Fall. Boah, ey. Das war wirklich nicht um die Ecke. Gibt auf jeden Fall eine Chance.
Tables will turn now, haven't they, boys?
Hey, look, old man, we're sorry. Just quit shooting.
The hell I will. I'm getting pretty tired of losing my weekly take to you punks.
You ain't gonna last long in a tin shack.
Where the heck? What? Du Scheiße.
Damn it, they went down there. $30 suit.
Okay, Nummer uno.
Give me some cover.
Okay, immerhin wissen wir, er ist schon irgendwo unterirdisch. Da drüben. Hallo? Oh mein Gott! Gott, da muss ich ja sogar noch auf die Straßenbahn achten. Ach du heilige Scheiße.
This is car 11K. Shots fired at South Flower Street, Scott's Garage. It's code 4 here, but suspect is down. I need an ambulance and coroner.
11K, roger on the ambulance and coroner. All units, 11K reports code 4 on the shooting at 410 South Flower Street, Scott's Garage, code 4.
Jo. Sehr schön. Dann fahren wir weiter zu unserem eigentlichen Fall. Kurz nochmal was abgefrühstückt. Und die Welt wieder ein wenig sicherer gemacht vor den bösen Buben. So, komm ich noch hoch? Ja. Oh Gott, die Anfahrtswege werden mehr. Das sieht also ein bisschen aus wie die Gegend, wo wir gewohnt haben. Also, wahrscheinlich, hoffentlich wohnen wir da immer noch. Hier so eine Einhaussiedlung. Trotz 5. Zum Teufel wohnt denn dieser Typ? Entschuldigung, diese Karte ist auch so sinnlos. Okay, jetzt hier rechts wahrscheinlich.
All units, officer detail, 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe, 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Nee, den lasse ich jetzt mal aus. Ich mache jetzt erstmal die Hauptmission weiter. So, da links müsste er ja wohnen. Also hier irgendwo. Wohnsitz der Henrys, 11:09 Uhr. Gucken wir uns erstmal draußen um. Ich kann den Weg nicht... Doch, jetzt kann ich ihn verlassen. Okay. Ich kann mich nicht umgucken. Ich wollte eigentlich zu dem Wasserhahn da gerade gehen.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Hämmert da irgendwie noch?
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Okay, gucken wir uns mal um, würde ich sagen, wa? Was ist denn das da?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Ich konnte doch nicht erkennen, was das für eine Brille ist. So. Ach, hier ist doch die nächste Zeitung. Familie stirbt, Feuer, Tod, Polizei sagt, Tode bei Hausbränden sind verdächtig.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary arrangements.
You said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Also der Doktor, der ist auch komisch. Der hat ja nur Dreck am Stecken gefühlt. Jetzt engagiert er schon Leute, die für ihn Häuser anzünden. Alter, wie sieht's denn hier eigentlich aus? The key. Cole Phelps.
Nothing significant.
Okay. Schlüssel sind unwichtig. Lassen wir liegen. Ein Damenschuh. Der ist wichtig, aha.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Ja, der scheint wohl auch nicht zur Getöteten zu passen, weil die war ja nur 1,50 groß. Okay, schon mal der erste Damenschuh. Frag mich, wo der zweite ist. Okay, da wollte ich nicht weiter gucken.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Ja, macht Sinn. If you what? Wenn du wieder nicht da bist, findest du mich in Apartment 2, Huntley Drive, Jacob.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband. Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Mann, der ist aber ungemütlich, der Typ.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
Ist da der zweite Schuh?
Tiffany? The rest of this stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Da ist übrigens das Foto von ihr, ne? Als Fliegerin.
A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Ach, da ist ja der Ring schon dran. Okay. Achso, warte mal, nochmal. Halt. Und das Bild hoch. Kann das umdrehen? Nein, kann er nicht. Okay. Was haben wir hier noch? Okay, ist alles unwichtig. What the fuck?
Nope.
Sein Föhn? Hier sind übrigens die Schuhe wieder. Hat man denn von ihm keine Schuhe? Da sind doch Schuhe drinne, Phelps. Ach, nimm doch die Schuhe. Ach, Amigo. Ach, du machst dein Leben manchmal auch wirklich nicht einfach. Na gut, dann quatsch mal mit den Nachbarn. Wen haben wir denn hier? Da ist so jemand. Hallo. Hey. Hallo.
I knew it wasn't safe around here.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye.
What?
He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Ach so, das war's. Okay. Ja, danke. Ist da nicht noch einen zweiten Nachbarn? Also, meistens wohnt einer links und einer rechts. Was haben wir denn hier eigentlich für ein Häuschen noch? Okay, da können wir nicht reingucken. Was ist denn mit dem hier? Ah, es gibt keinen blauen Punkt, aber wir können ja mal klopfen. Ach, gib mal blau, goldene Klinke. Hallo? Phelps, dreht die Tür ein, Mann. Das ist eine goldene Klinke. Scheiße. Ach, na gut, komm. Ja, ja, das bin ich. Dann machen wir uns wieder los.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Ja, bin ich auch dafür. Ach Mann, Alter, ich habe nicht mehr die Möglichkeit, ihn fahren zu lassen. Dann zu seinem Apartment.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
Yeah, for my money, the rod keep the house looking like that, so he probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. Keep the hats off her back a little bit.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Ja, richtig so, Phelps. War nicht der Ehemann. Spricht alles für... Oh. Spricht alles für den Ehemann, aber er war es nicht. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Okay. Wo wohnt denn der Typ? Hier irgendwo. Jacob Henrys Apartment. Warum haben wir die Knarre schon in der Hand? Was? Apartment, was? Ich hab die Zahl vergessen. 3, glaube ich, ne? 2?
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, and we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
The alcoholism illness.
This isn't what we're flight.
Okay, ist unwichtig. Sind hier überall Umzugskartons? Ist er doch ausgezogen schon?
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber.
Da steht da was. Thanks for the... offer? Okay.
He'll be back any moment. Sit tight.
Need you to do something about my wife. Ach du Scheiße.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Mhm. Okay, hat da irgendjemand angestellt, um seine Frau umzubringen, oder was? Wo ist denn... Hat er kein Auto? Guck mal, jetzt können wir uns mal die Schuhe angucken. Size 11. Ist zu groß, glaube ich.
Size 11s.
Size... Was? Size 10? Was wir brauchen? Naja, alles gut. Also er kann's... Na gut, wir können ihn einfach selber mal kurz fragen, was er für Schuhe anhat. Also für eine Schuhgröße. So, hier ist gelöscht. Okay. Baseball Bat. Unwichtig. Ja? Junk. Natürlich, Junk. Die Frau wurde mit irgendeinem stumpfen Gegenstand kaputt gehauen, aber der der Baseballschläger ist unwichtig. Ach Gott. Phelps, ey. Amateur. Was ist hier los? Screwdriver, unwichtig. No.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Ach, gut, dann quatschen wir mit ihm. Bewegungen des Opfers. Soll das heißen?
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Das ist doch nicht richtig. Bamba, Schrift, stumpfe, fehlender Schmuck, Nummern, Alibi des Ehemanns, McCoy an Henry mehrfach Mordnacht angerufen zu haben. Achso, das wusste er aber nicht, ne? Darmschuh, gewaltsames Eindringen, Eheprobleme. Gut.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
Nö, muss er auch nicht. Oh. Shit, Alter. Letzter Kontakt zum Opfer.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Hat er sie nicht gehauen? Alibi, Darmschuh, Eheprobleme, ein blaues Auge.
That's a lie, and you know it. You tailed her, watched her come out of a bar, and then beat her to death. Admit it, Henry.
Why would I do that, Detective?
Ja, na gut, er hat sie nicht umgebracht. Er kann es ja nicht sein. Ach, hier Eheprobleme.
My wife was a drunk. It was a sickness with her. Doesn't mean I didn't love her. Would you stop loving your wife if she was unwell?
Ach, das ist...
No, I wouldn't.
Das ist so schlimm. Mordmotiv.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Okay, jetzt aber.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Ja, habe ich. Nämlich das Morddrohungsnotizien. Ach Gott.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
Okay, Einweisung. Okay, Alibi.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Eine Lüge. Wo war denn das mit dem Schrift? Stumpfer, fehlender Schmuck? Mordnacht angerufen zu haben.
You called the bar to give yourself an alibi. Then you went after her, beat her, and dumped her in a park. I think you are a sack of shit, Jacob.
You're not gonna pin Celine's death on me. I'll take a lie detector test to prove it.
Ja, er war's doch auch nicht.
McCall says he called and you didn't pick up.
I tried to get her help, and she laughed in my face. Well, then, of course, she needs me. I'd had enough. Everyone has their limit.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
This doesn't look...
Mann.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Ach ja, wie gesagt, er ist es nicht. Also er hat es zumindest nicht aktiv selber getan. Dafür passt die Schuhgröße nicht.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers.
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Okay, erster eingeknastet. Verdächtiger. Ja, wir fahren erstmal zu Mendez, den buchten wir auch noch ein.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't belong when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Oh, wir sind ja schon da.
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Mendez, that apartment. 1147. Sherwood, Wolfie, Dudley und Mendez.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Ja, das wussten wir auch schon vorher. So, gibt's hier einen Fahrstuhl? Nee. Viertes OG, natürlich. Ganz nach oben.
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Super, Phelps. Ganz klasse die Zahlen lesen können. Deswegen arbeitest du im Morddezernat. Na, hier will ich aber auch keinen Umzug machen. Schön 4. Stock, ganz oben. Freut sich jeder aus der Familie, wenn er helfen darf. So. Wo sind wir denn?
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
Okay.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
Ach so, wir sind uns von vornherein sicher, dass er überhaupt nicht zu Hause ist, oder wie? Okay, bevor wir uns... Was ist das denn Sinnloses? Anstatt uns hier erstmal die gesamte Wohnung anzugucken, durchsuchen wir gleich. So, was haben wir hier noch rumstehen? Hier ist einfach gar nichts. Was? Gold Dawn? Ah ja. Eggy. Ist da was drin?
Not sure this means much.
Okay. Dann geht es weiter. Ich bräuchte auf jeden Fall mal irgendwas, was mit Schuhen zu tun hat. Ach, guck mal hier. Na, woher kennt man das da? Dass die alle immer in dieselbe Bar gehen. Wie hieß das? Caravan oder sowas? Hallo. Oho. Oh, hat eine Pistole auf dem Dings liegen.
Everything here is going to be relevant.
Was? Und jetzt lässt er die Dings einfach liegen? Alter. Ich denke, wir haben unseren Mörder. Size Nummer 9. 8. Ja.
Get these to Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
Ja, viel interessanter ist das hier. Lippenstift. Oh, dicker.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
Ja, wie gesagt, das ist ja viel interessanter.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Tschüss. Natürlich,
Do
wie
not
immer.
lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there.
Da hätte er mal seine Waffe mitgenommen, wa? Ich mag, wie Phelps denkt.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
Das sieht mir irgendwie zu einfach aus. Warum sollte er Waffe und alle Tatmittel da behalten?
Get in and drive.
Ja, natürlich. Ich bin ja der Einzige, der hier einen Führerschein hat bei der Polizei. Entschuldigung. Sind wir jetzt an einem Movie-Set? Alter.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Was? Ich soll neben ihm fahren? Um ihn unschädlich zu machen. Bleib nah an der linken hinteren Stoßstange.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Und da haben wir ihn.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Er hat einfach gar keine Reifen mehr.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect, and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Der Lippenstift-Mörder, so rum. Also, wir haben alle Hinweise gefunden. Ja, 2 Fragen. Wer war denn das, wo die Fragen verkehrt waren? Ach, bei dem Ehemann, ja. Ja, Fahrzeugschaden, Sachschaden. Aber 4 Sterne, immerhin. Der Verdächtige ist gefasst, auch wenn du Jacob in einer Zelle der Central Division hast schwitzen lassen. Na gut, der hat ja keine Möglichkeit. Ich musste ihn ja festnehmen. Ich habe ja den Antonio... Nee, naja, hier den spanischen Namen... Mendez erst später zu Gesicht bekommen. Gut, egal. Wir sind durch. Ich gebe aber trotzdem immer noch Phelps recht. Es war irgendwie zu einfach. Ich glaube irgendwie nicht dran, dass das wirklich alles so passiert ist. Naja, gut. Lassen wir uns überraschen, was als nächstes kommt.